Good afternoon, students. A letter to God explanation. Lenzo the farmer lived on the only house that was there on the top of a hill. The hill was low heighted. From there, a river and a ready to harvest cornfield were visible. The field belonged to Lenzo, and he had the utmost confidence that the harvest would reap great profits. The only thing that he awaited was rainfall. In this hope, he spent an entire morning gazing at the sky in the northeast direction, from where a drizzle was expected to shower on his field. Now, we are really going to get some water, woman? The woman who was preparing supper replied, Yes, God willing. The older boys were working in the field, while the smaller ones were playing near the house until the woman called them to all. Come for dinner. It was during the meal that, just as Linjo had predicted, big drops of rain began to fall. In the northeast, huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. The air was fresh and sweet. The man went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. And when he returned, he exclaimed, These are not raindrops falling from the sky. They are new coins. The big drops are 10-cent pieces and the little ones are fives. He was so happy to get that shower. The man, while looking at the sky, confidently tells his wife that they are going to have a rain shower, to which the lady replies by saying, Only if everything happens as they hope and expect. Their elder children were working at the field and the younger ones were playing near the house when Lenjo's wife calls everyone for dinner. It is during that time drops of rain began to fall, hereby proving the farmer's prediction to be true. The wind was pleasant and clouds could be seen approaching from the northeast sky. Lenjo goes out of the house to take pleasure in feeling the droplets on his body. He refers to the drizzle as coins, large droplets being equivalent to 10 cents and the smaller ones 5 cents. He says so because these raindrops would ensure a good crop which would eventually get him a lot of money. With a satisfied expression, he regarded the field of ripe corn with its flowers, draped in curtain of rain. But suddenly a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain very large hailstones began to fall. These truly did resemble new silver coins. The boys, exposing themselves to the rain, ran out to collect the frozen pearls. On seeing everything go as expected, Lenzo reflected upon the field and the flowers covered with a droplet, which seemed as if they were wrapped in a curtain. Unexpectedly, strong wind started blowing, leading into hailstorm. Satirically, the writer refers to these pellets of frozen rain as new silver coins. The innocent boys became playful and went out in the rain to play and collect these hailstones, which looked like frozen pearls. It is really getting bad now, exclaimed the man. I hope it passes quickly. It did not pass quickly. For an hour, the hail rained on the tree, house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, on the whole valley. The field was white as it covered with salt. The farmer now starts worrying and hopes that the storm gets over quickly, which to his utmost disappointment didn't. The hailstones covered the entire valley, including the house, garden, hillside, the cornfield. It made everything look so white that it seems as if it was covered in salt. Not a leaf remained on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. The flowers were gone from the plants. Lenjo's soul was filled with sadness. When the storm had passed, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his sons, "A plague of locusts could have left more than this. The hail has left nothing. This year we will have no corn." That night was a sorrowful one. All our work for nothing. There is no one who can help us. We will all go hungry this year. Lenzo became stressed and disappointed as everything went against the plan. The trees had shed their leaves. Corns were smashed as the flowers had also fallen from their plants. While standing in the withered fields, he conveyed his dismay and sorrow to his sons by commenting that the effect of the storm proved to be worse than that of crop destroying insect. All their hard work had gone in vain. He felt helpless as no corn had been left and feared that they might have to starve this time. But in the hearts of all who lived in that solitary house in the middle of the valley, there was a single hope: help from God. Don't be so upset. Even though this seems like a total loss, remember, no one dies of hunger. That's what they say: no one dies of hunger.